Everyone.
Good morning, Rabbi.
We are learning Mishna Nedarim, Perek Yud, chapter 10, Mishna Ches, Mishna 8. Okay. Getting back to the laws of Hafaras Nedarim, that the father or the husband can cancel a neder. So the Mishnah says, Hafaras Nedarim kol hayoim. The cancellation of Nedarim by a father or a husband can be done throughout the day of which he hears about the neder. Meaning he's got to hear about the neder. When he hears about the neder, the clock starts. And he's got, as the Mishnah says, he's got the whole day to cancel the neder. Once he hears about it, so then the whole rest of the day, throughout the day, he now can go ahead and cancel the neder. Now, when does that day end?
Erev?
I didn't hear
But
it.
when does that day end? He says he has the whole day to do it.
Till Mincha.
Not till mincha, until night. Until nightfall. Okay? So the Mishnah is saying the ability to cancel the neder is the whole day. The day starts when? In the evening. It starts in the previous night and ends right at the next night. Okay? So it's the day that he hears it. He's got he has the whole day to cancel it. But again, the whole day to cancel it, we don't measure the day by 24 hours, a 24-hour period. We measure that by the day that he heard. The day that he heard, he can cancel the neder throughout the day. Whether it's day, whether it's night, he can cancel it. But now, because of this, yesh badavar lahakol lahachmer. This matter can now turn out lenient, or it can turn out stringent. Ketzad, how so? Nadra b'leilei Shabbos. If the woman made the neder Friday night, okay, Yafer b'leilei Shabbos, he can cancel it on the night of Shabbos and Friday night, ubiyayim Shabbos, and during Shabbos day, chetechshach, until it becomes dark, until the end of the day. Okay, so in this case, he had almost 24 hours to go ahead and cancel it, because she made the neder at the beginning of the actual day, which is the night, and now, between the rest of the night and the rest of the day, he has the ability, that's his time to be able to cancel it. And that's lenient in the sense that there's plenty of time there. Nadra im chashecha, but let's say she made the neder as it was getting dark. Meaning as Shabbos was ending, that's when she made the neder. Okay? Then what? He's got to cancel it before it turns dark. Because once it turns dark and he didn't cancel it, he can't cancel it anymore. Why? Because the day that he heard it is over. Right? So again, if he'd have a 24-hour period from when he hears it, it would make a difference at what point she makes the neder. But that's not what happens here. He has the day that he hears about it. He's got the entire day that he hears about it. But that entire day that he hears about it depends on when he hears about it. It depends when she makes the neder. It depends when she makes the neder. If she makes a neder at the beginning of the day, meaning the previous, what we call at night, the previous night, and the night that precedes the day, then he has a whole almost 24 hours to go in and cancel it. He could do it by night, he could do it by day, he's got plenty of time to cancel it. But if she goes ahead and she makes her neder right before the day ends, which in this case, the case was Shabbos. We'll talk about why the Mishnah talks about Shabbos. But if she goes ahead and she makes the neder right close before Shabbos ends, that's the end of that day that he heard about it. Then he better hurry up and cancel it quick. Because once it turns nighttime, the day's gone, and he can't cancel it anymore. Now, what was the reason? Now, the truth, the Mishnah says the case is she made the neder Friday night. And if she made it Wednesday night, and if she made it Tuesday night, is it going to be any different? No. Because at the end of the day, Tuesday night begins the fourth day of the week. She's got that whole day. He's got that whole day to cancel it. So why did the Mishnah use a case of Shabbos? So I'll read to here from the notes from the Bar Tanura. The same applies on any day of the week. The Mishnah chose an example of a neder made on Shabbos in order to teach that cancellation of a neder by a husband or father is always permitted on Shabbos. Meaning, we talked about canceling a neder on Shabbos because a father typically can cancel, or a husband can cancel. I shouldn't say that. A father and a husband can cancel any neder that either affects their relationship or brings affliction. She's bringing affliction upon herself, and the Mishnah doesn't make any distinction as to what situation we're talking about doing it on Shabbos, which means any kind of situation on Shabbos, he can go ahead and cancel. What's the point of that? This is different from annulment of the Nedarim by a sage, which is permitted on Shabbos only when necessary to properly observe Shabbos. For example, if a person vowed not to eat, which goes against the obligation to enjoy Shabbos with food and drink, he may have the neder annulled even on Shabbos. But if, let's say, the neder has nothing to do with Shabbos, then you can't get a hataras nedarim. Then you can't go to a sage or to a bezdin and get a hataras nedarim on Shabbos. A bezdin, a chacham, can only do hataras nedarim, annulment of a vow. They can only do that on Shabbos if the vow is relevant to enjoying Shabbos or not. If it has no connection to Shabbos, you can't do it on Shabbos. A father, on the other hand, or a husband who cancel the neder, they can do it on Shabbos no matter what kind of neder she made. Even if the neder has nothing to do with Shabbos, they can go ahead and they can cancel it. That's why the Mishnah used the case of annulling on Shabbos to bring out this idea that there's no distinction, there's no kind of distinctions in his canceling on Shabbos. Any kind of neder, even if it's not relevant to Shabbos, the father or the husband have the ability to do on Shabbos itself. They just got to make sure it's within that day that he heard it. And therefore, as the Mishnah said, she made the neder at the very beginning of the day, he's got plenty of time to cancel. She makes it at the end of the day, he has very little time to cancel. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.